Hello everyone, this is Brian Kaiser Tillman coming to you with another video, and another planning video no less. But I wanted to tell you guys that I'm actually making the switch. Now, as you can see, I have this sketchbook, which is what I normally did my planning stuff in. It was an 8.5 by 11 sketchbook. It was really cool. I was able to plan these things out, get really big space on the covers so that I was able to draw some really cool stuff. This was the October spread, which got a lot of attention and love, which was nice. And, you know, I was dedicated to doing my planning in this sketchbook. But as I kept going, I've only was doing it for about 2.5 months. But as I was doing it, I started realizing something. And what that was that even though I was able to have these nice spreads, colorful spreads, it was very helpful for me to plan my time and organize my time. It was really cool, but as you can see, I just stopped doing it because it was just very cumbersome because it was so big. And it gave me a lot of space, which was great. But the thing is that, you know, I got about halfway through, so week 3 of October, and I'm like, man, I just can't fill it out, and the sketchbook was taking up so much ink, and to remember to rule everything out, and it just wasn't working. And, you know, if I wanted to do sketches or something like that, I just didn't have it. So I was informed by my wife about this beautiful thing right here. And so I'm making the switch to a Traveler's notebook. And now some people might get mad at me about that, but I'm sorry. I'm still going to treat it as a bullet journal because I'm going to be making all my own layouts and stuff like that. But this little thing makes me very happy. And I found out that there are a whole bunch of different sizes. So, you know, different sizes, different inserts and stuff like that. This was the first one that I picked up, and it just happened to be in Michael's. And I was like, well, this is interesting, and I've seen a lot of people working with it, but I wonder. And my total was roughly $20. And as you can see, I was showing off one of the inserts there, but the actual Traveler's notebook that I purchased had this gridded notebook in it, or insert in it, and it had the pocket, the pocket insert, and then it had one of those blank inserts. And that was $7.99. And I figured, you know what? For $8, I'm willing to try this. And then I bought a couple extra ones, which I figured would be nice since it had, you know, four strings. But as you can see, I'm struggling with the strings because they started getting tangled up. But and I think that comes from the fact that I bought a really cheap Traveler's notebook, but it was to try it out just to see if I even liked it. So, you know, couldn't really fight the fact that it had these itty bitty strings in there, but I wanted to go ahead and give it a full try. And I'm the type of guy who likes to double stuff up. I need more strings actually, but I went ahead. I figured the insert for the pocket was thin enough so that I could actually just use that on top of one of the other like book inserts. And so, you know, just gonna slap those two together, and I'm going to go from there. But what really intrigues me about the Traveler's notebook is the fact that you can have multiple books in one spot. Whereas when I was using the sketchbook, I had to flip through a lot of different things, a lot of pages, and it's like, oh, where was that? And I mean, granted, it wasn't that much, but still, with this, it becomes very organized, visually organized, that I can actually go, okay, well, this is my planner section. You know, this is where I have my monthly spread, my weekly spread, my daily spread. Here's where I can have all my appointments and stuff like that. And then I can have a tracker book. I can have like a notebook like that one. I made that one myself, and so it was my pocket notebook, but I figured I could throw that in here and see how it works. And so being able to have everything in one spot and different, you know, especially for me being an artist who's really trying to use or utilize the idea of the planner and everything else as it moves forward, I want to make sure that I have the ability to actually quickly and without taking up space from something else, I can actually put in character designs or story ideas or just doodles, or, oh wait, here's my contact. I got a new contact here. Or I have an idea for this, or I have an idea for that. When I was putting together everything in my sketchbook planner, I was running out of space when I needed it. So my notes section wasn't really that big. And I'm like, man, I really wish I had a note section, which would have been cool. And then I tried to incorporate that by adding a note section, but it just wasn't enough. And with this, I have my own notebook. So I actually have a book that's just dedicated to scribbles or notes that I need for that moment. So it's an interesting concept for me, and I'm really looking forward to using it. And so I figured, might as well, if we're going to make this jump, we might as well just go ahead and start. So instead of trying to wait until November, I went ahead and jumped right into it, as far as just picking up where I left off with the sketchbook planner. And just like anything else, when I tend to start one of these, I try and put in a cover. And I'm going to be working on a new project called Ninja Empire. So I figured, what better way to start off a brand new book with brand new ideas and possibilities than to actually just go ahead and draw some random ninja. So I figured I went ahead and did that, drew it in pencil. And while I was working, I realized that the camera was upside down. Well, I was trying something different. It kept the camera away from me so that I didn't have to bump it all the time. But what that did was it actually had the images upside down. So I apologize for that. I realized it, and then I started actually showing you guys what it was like. So here I'm doing my weekly spread. Very simple. And man, can I tell you, I very, very much enjoyed the fact that I was able to just use a ruler once and get both pages. And so that just made me extremely happy. I was like, oh wow, I can save time. And I'm using my Inkjoy pens, and those things work like a dream, and I don't have to worry about if the ink is smearing or anything like that, and it's got nice colors and stuff. And I was able to incorporate my old spread, just like I was able to incorporate my old spread into my new layout. There's a little bit of changes, but you know what? The idea was the same, so I was able to put that in there, which was nice. So it seems like this is going to be a easy and nice conversion, and I know it's going really fast, and I'm sorry for that. But what I didn't want to spend too much time on this, because I knew I was going to be doing a plan with me for November, which is coming up very soon. So I just wanted to, kind of blow through these so you can just see that I am planning everything out. I am still using the idea of BOJO, and I want to make sure that I still use that, because I love the idea of being able to switch up my layouts when I need them, or add layouts when something new comes along. And that for me has been so beneficial for the productivity of myself as an artist. I was able to keep track of my projects, which was amazing, because I tend to always forget when I have like a side project or a little thing that happens, and I'm like, I was supposed to do something, and now what was it? When was it? Oh my goodness, when is it due? And this layout right now really helps me do that. And so I'm super excited about that. And I'm actually putting something extra in, so I'm actually doing a weekly summary, so that way I can actually check on my Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Tumblr, and stuff like that. So I'm really happy about stuff like that, and that I can actually use it. And so I don't know if you noticed, but I switched through real quick, and I started a new book. And with the new book, this is going to be my tracker book. And so, I had to bring in the goals from the sketchbook so that I made sure I had them, because I knew for a fact that I was going to use this Traveler's planner or Traveler's notebook more than I was that sketchbook. So I wanted to make sure that I brought in my goals over. And so, that's what you saw just a second ago. And now I'm actually, excuse me, I'm actually tracking my Instagram and my Facebook and all my social media, so that in each box I can actually put down how many times I did a post in that. So it's not just, oh, look, I actually posted on that day, but I posted 4 times on Twitter, or I posted 0 times on Facebook, you know, so that I can check and know, okay, well, why was this day important? Then I can go back and check my notes and see what was different about that day. But very simple. My stuff is very utilitarian when it comes to the planners that I use and how I plan on going about it and stuff like that, because all of my creativity comes out when I'm doing art, I guess. And so it's very hard for me to just look at the blank page and go, oh, I should really add some artwork into that. But that's where we're at right now. And so as this comes to an end, I just wanted to make sure that you guys got to see that I am still going to be trying to use this Traveler's Notebook as a BOJO planner, and I hope that all of my BOJO fans don't disown me for switching. But I wanted to say thank you very much for checking out me and my conversion to a Traveler's Notebook. And I will be posting a plan with me for November where it's slowed down and you can actually see what I put together, and I hope it helps. But until then, thanks for viewing, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't yet, subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much, and I will see you at the next video.